Imagine you are watching a play. The performance is so abysmal that the audience is leaving the theater and booing the actors. In response, the actors start scolding the audience for leaving and demand silence so they can finish their play. Why does that sound insane? But a teacher demanding attention from an entire classroom full of kids does not. So what is actually the purpose of school? Well, the idea is that school will make you a valuable part of the community by teaching you skills that are currently needed and sought after. Let's say it's the 19th century and you need people to be literate, respect authority and protect the country. So you put kids in front of a teacher and tell them they cannot leave, speak and they must memorize everything the teacher says, or else. Now it's the 20th century and you need people to be even more educated to keep up with the advancements in science and engineering, yet still to respect authority and be willing to die for their country. So you put kids in front of a teacher and tell them they cannot leave, speak and they must memorize everything the teacher says, or else. Now is the 21st century and you need people to be creative, technologically literate, free-minded, use critical thinking and so on. So you put kids in front of a teacher and tell them they cannot leave, speak and memorize everything the teacher says, or else. That doesn't sound right, does it? So why do we still educate people this way? The whole developed world has one thing in common when it comes to education. It is heavily regulated by the state. Even the private schools have to follow a strict state-imposed rules. Now think about this. Why do we still teach children that authority comes from dominance hierarchy? And when they misbehave, it's because there is something wrong with them and need to be medicated, instead of recognize that they are just kids who are excited to learn about the world around them and are forced to listen to a boring teacher talking about mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell. Could it be because the state is more interested in your obedience rather than your education?